Chosen one. I know you've been wondering. You've been asking why that specific person had to walk away from your journey so abruptly, why it had to end just when things felt beautiful. It felt like a heavy stone was dropped right into the middle of your quiet heart. It sent ripples of deep, lingering pain through everything you knew. I know you spent so many long nights asking the Father for a clear explanation. You just wanted to know why this connection was suddenly severed without any warning at all. Please, take a very slow, deep breath right now. Let the peace of the Holy Spirit wash over your soul. Let it settle there. God heard every single one of your whispered questions. He wants you to know that your tears were never ignored, not even one. They had to leave your life because God saw things in the secret places of their heart. Things you simply couldn't see from where you were standing. Sometimes we fall in love with a version of someone that only exists in our own hopeful, loving imagination. We see their potential, while God sees their current reality. He saw the hidden motives they were still carrying inside. He saw that they were becoming a weight that was slowing down the divine pace of your spiritual evolution. And child, He loves you far too much to allow anyone to sit in the seat of your heart that belongs to Him alone. You might have started to depend on their presence for your happiness, more than you depended on the Father's constant, loving grace. When someone becomes our primary source of joy, God gently removes them. He does it to remind us that He is our only true provider. He isn't being cruel by taking them away. He's being incredibly protective of the destiny He's already written for you. Think back to those moments when you felt that small, nagging sense of unease while you were with them. That was the Holy Spirit whispering to you. He was telling you that something wasn't quite right, even if you couldn't explain why. You chose to ignore those subtle warnings because you wanted to believe. But God never ignores the warnings He gives His children. He knows exactly what's waiting for you around the corner. If they had stayed, they would have eventually become a distraction. They would have pulled you away from your highest spiritual calling. The person you are becoming requires a different kind of support than the person they were capable of being. They were just a passenger for a season. Place your hand gently over your heart right now. Feel that steady rhythm. That's the life God has given you. It's still moving. It's still purposeful. Visualize yourself releasing a long, golden thread that connects you to their memory. Let it float away into the light. This simple act of surrender tells the universe that you trust God's timing. It proves you trust His perfect choice for your future. You aren't losing anything that was truly meant for you. What God ordains will always find a way to stay. Always. If they were able to walk away so easily, it's because they were never permanently woven into the fabric of your destiny. God is currently clearing the stage of your life so the right people can finally step into the roles He's prepared for them. You can't welcome the new blessings if your hands are still tightly gripping the ghosts of your past. You have to let go to receive. They had to leave because their spirit was no longer vibrating at the same frequency as the light God is pouring into you. As you grow closer to the light, those who prefer the shadows will naturally start to feel uncomfortable in your presence. It's spiritual physics. They might not even understand why they felt the need to distance themselves from your beautiful, glowing truth. But God understands. Their exit was actually a response to His increasing glory shining through your eyes. Do not be sad that they couldn't handle your light. Be grateful instead. Be grateful that God is refining your radiance. There's a divine replacement coming that will honor who you are today. This new connection won't require you to shrink yourself. You won't have to hide your spiritual gifts just to keep the peace. It'll be a relationship that feels like a calm harbor, a sanctuary after a very long and exhausting storm in the middle of the night. You've spent so much energy trying to fix something that was never yours to repair. Dear friend, it's time to take that energy back. Use it to build the kingdom. Use it to nurture the beautiful seeds He's planted within you. You're being prepared for a new level of influence, and that level requires total emotional sobriety. You can't lead others into the light if you're being pulled into someone else's unresolved darkness. Every time you cried over their absence, God was actually washing your eyes, so you could finally see the truth of their character. He was showing you that your loyalty was being given to someone who didn't have the capacity to return it faithfully. An aha moment is coming. You'll realize that their rejection was actually the greatest protection you've ever received. You'll look back and thank the Father for the very door He slammed shut, even though you were begging Him to open it. One day soon, you'll meet someone who makes you realize why it never worked out with anyone who came before. That person will be a mirror of God's love for you, showing you kindness, patience, and a deep, abiding respect. Until then, God wants you to fall deeply in love with the person He created you to be in this quiet, sacred season. Write down the things you love about yourself, things that have nothing to do with another person. Read them out loud. Feel your worth radiating from within your soul like a warm summer sun. You aren't defined by who stayed or who left. You are defined by the one who promised to never leave you. You are defined by the one who will never forsake you. They were merely a character in one chapter of your book, but the author has so many more wonderful pages left to write. Sometimes God removes people because He knows they would have eventually betrayed you in a way that would break your spirit. He prevented a future catastrophe by causing a temporary heartbreak. He knew you were strong enough to endure with His help. The pain you feel is just the stretching of your heart. It's making room for a much larger, much deeper love. You're being prepared for a covenant, not just a casual connection that can be tossed aside when things get difficult. A chosen one always goes through a period of isolation before they're elevated to the next level of their divine purpose. During this time, the Father is whispering secrets to you. Secrets He can't share when your mind is filled with other voices. He's teaching you how to hear His still small voice above the loud, demanding clamor of human expectations. They had to leave because their voice was becoming louder than the voice of God in your daily life. It was drowning Him out. You were looking to them for validation when God wanted you to find your entire identity in His perfect, holy word. The more you seek Him, the more you'll realize that you're already complete. You are whole, exactly as you are today. Nothing is missing. Nothing is broken. Nothing is lacking in the kingdom where you are deeply loved by the King. When you stop searching for completion in another human being, you finally become ready to share your wholeness with the right one. God is busy working behind the scenes. He's aligning the stars and the hearts of those who are meant to find you. Trust that He knows the address of your heart. Trust that He has the perfect map to lead the right people home to you. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. And you certainly don't have to perform to be loved. True love is a gift of grace. It flows naturally when two souls are aligned with the heart of the great Heavenly Father. That person wasn't a mistake. They were a teacher. They taught you exactly what you no longer want to accept in your life. They showed you where your boundaries were weak and where you needed to strengthen your sense of self-worth. Be thankful for the lessons, but don't feel the need to repeat the class. A closed door is a sign of progress, not failure. You're moving forward into a glorious light. Imagine a beautiful garden where God is pruning the dead branches so new fruit can grow. The pruning process might feel sharp and uncomfortable for a moment, but it's the only way to ensure a healthy harvest. You are that garden, and the Father is the master gardener who knows exactly what needs to stay and what must go. If they had remained, you would have produced fruit that was bitter and small, but you were meant for a sweet, abundant harvest. God is protecting your fruit. He knows that many people will eventually be fed by the wisdom and love you carry inside. The people meant to eat at your table will appreciate the quality of the soul you've nurtured. They will see the value. That person was looking for a different kind of garden, one that didn't require the depth and dedication you possess. There's no shame in being too much for someone who wasn't willing to grow enough to meet you where you are. You're a deep ocean of mystery and grace. Not everyone is equipped with the tools to swim in your beautiful depths. Some people prefer the shallow waters where it's safe and easy. But you were made for the vast, wide blue. God is sending you a fellow explorer, someone who isn't afraid of the deep, someone who will marvel at everything they find there. This person won't try to drain your ocean or pull you back to the shore. They'll sail alongside you forever until they arrive. Enjoy the stillness of the water. Enjoy the way the moonlight reflects off your calm, peaceful surface. You're becoming a sanctuary of peace in a world filled with noise and unnecessary, painful chaos. Every day you spend healing is a day you become more magnetic to the blessings God has stored up for you. Your healing isn't a destination. It's a beautiful process of unfolding into the masterpiece God always knew you'd be. The past was just a sketch on the canvas. But now, the master artist is adding the rich, vibrant colors of true joy. You'll look at the finished painting and realize the sketch had to be covered for the real beauty to emerge. The colors of your life are becoming more vivid with every single prayer of release you sincerely offer up. Don't be afraid of the blank spaces on your canvas. They're simply waiting for the stroke of God's loving hand. He's painting a story of redemption and hope, a story that will inspire everyone who sees your life unfold. They had to leave because they were a monochrome shadow in a life destined to be a vibrant rainbow. They couldn't reflect the spectrum of light that God is pouring into your spirit during this sacred time. You are a chosen one. That means your life follows a different set of rules and a much higher, holy standard. What works for the world won't work for you. What satisfies others will leave your soul feeling hungry and empty. You require the bread of heaven. You need the living water that only comes from a deep, intimate relationship with your Creator. They were trying to feed you crumbs, while God has a massive banquet prepared for you in the presence of your enemies. Stop looking at the crumbs on the floor. Start looking at the table the Lord is setting, especially for you. There's a seat reserved for you at the head of that table. You are the honored guest of the Most High. When you finally realize your royal status, you'll stop crying over people who treated you like you were common. You are rare. You are precious. You're a limited edition designed with extreme care by the very hands of God. There isn't another soul on this earth that carries the same frequency of love and light that you do today. God revealed that they weren't able to handle the weight of your glory. And so, He moved them out of the way. It was an act of mercy for them and an act of extreme favor for you, even if it feels like a wound right now. The healing from the Father is always complete. It leaves no permanent scars behind, only strength. He's binding up your broken heart. He's pouring the oil of joy into the places where the pain used to hide. Sit in the silence for a moment. Listen to the song that God is singing over your beautiful, tired soul. He's singing a song of victory, a song of new beginnings, a song of a future that's brighter than the noonday sun. The shadows of the past are fleeing. The morning sun of His presence is rising over the horizon of your new life. You're entering a season where you won't have to explain your worth to anyone. It'll be far too obvious to ignore. Your peace will be your calling card. Your joy will be the light that draws the right people into your sacred circle. They had to leave because they were an anchor, keeping your ship in the harbor when you were meant to sail. The winds of the Spirit are blowing now. It's time to raise your sails and head out into the deep. There are new continents of purpose waiting for you to discover them. There are islands of grace you haven't even seen yet. The horizon is wide. The possibilities are endless when you're traveling with the master of the sea as your captain. He knows where the hidden reefs are. He knows how to navigate the storms that try to knock you off course. That person wasn't a navigator. They were just a passenger who got seasick when the waves of your destiny started to rise. You need a crew that's strong and courageous people who aren't afraid of the wind, the rain, or the dark. God is gathering that crew for you right now. They'll arrive exactly when the tides are right for your next move. Don't look back at the shore you left behind. There's nothing there for you but old memories and empty shells. Keep your eyes fixed on the light that leads you to the heart of the Father and His perfect will. You're realizing right now that you are much stronger than you ever gave yourself credit for. You survived the departure. You survived the silence. And look at you, you're still standing in grace with a beautiful smile. The enemy thought that their leaving would break you, but it only served to reveal the unbreakable spirit inside of you. You're like gold purified in the fire. You're coming out more valuable and more radiant than you were before the heat. The heat wasn't meant to consume you. It was meant to burn away the things that weren't of God. Now you're pure. Now you're ready. Now you're a vessel the Lord can use for His highest honor. They had to leave so you could see that God is enough, and that His love is the only foundation that stands. Every other foundation is shifting sand, but the rock of ages is the steady ground where you can build your entire life. Build your house on that rock. When the rains come and the winds blow, you will not be moved. You will not be shaken. You're a pillar in the temple of God. You're being carved into a shape that is both strong and breathtakingly beautiful. The master sculptor is using the chisel of life to remove the pieces of you that no longer serve your holy purpose. Sometimes the chisel hurts, but the result is a work of art that will be celebrated throughout all of eternity. They were just a piece of stone that had to be removed so the true image of Christ could be seen in you. Be patient with the process. Trust the hands of the one who is shaping you with such infinite, tender love. He never misses a stroke. He never takes away more than is necessary for your ultimate good and His ultimate glory. You're becoming a masterpiece of grace, a living testimony of how God can turn a mess into a powerful message. Their story is just a footnote in the grand epic of your life. It's a small detail that highlights the Father's faithfulness. When you tell your story in the future, you'll mention this departure not with sadness, but with profound awe. You'll tell people how God rescued you from a path leading nowhere and set your feet on a high, holy road. The highway of holiness is where the redeemed walk. It's a road filled with light and a road filled with song. That person was walking in a different direction. The intersection where you met was only meant to be a brief moment. You can't walk with someone headed for the valley when you're being called to the mountaintop. The air is thinner up there. It requires a spiritual lung capacity that they simply didn't possess yet. God is giving you the strength of a mountain goat. You'll climb the highest peaks without ever fearing a fall. You'll see views they'll never see. You'll hear sounds that are only audible to those who dare to climb high. The clouds will be beneath your feet. The sun will be your constant companion as you reach for the stars. Don't feel guilty for leaving them behind. Everyone has their own mountain to climb in their own time. You're simply following the call of the shepherd. He's leading you to the high pastures where the grass is greenest. They will find their own path. But it's no longer your responsibility to carry them or show them the way. You have enough to do just keeping your eyes on the shepherd, making sure you don't wander off your own track. He is a good shepherd. He knows exactly how to take care of every single one of his precious sheep. He has a rod to protect you and a staff to guide you. His goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. Imagine yourself lying down in a field of soft green grass, right beside a still, crystal clear water. Feel the sun on your face. Feel the breeze in your hair. Know that you are safe in his loving arms. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding. It's the peace they could never give you and can never take away. It's a gift from the Father. It's yours to keep forever, as long as you stay close to his heart. God revealed that they were a thief of this peace, someone who brought turmoil into your sacred, holy space. He evicted the intruder so you could have your sanctuary back. He gave you a place to meet him in secret. Your heart is a garden enclosed, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. It is reserved for the King of Kings. Don't let anyone else trample on the flowers. Don't let them muddy the waters of the garden God planted in you. Keep the gates locked to those who don't have the key of honor. Keep them closed to those without the key of truth. They lost their key because they didn't value the treasure kept inside the walls of your beautiful soul. Someday, someone will come who treats your heart with the reverence and respect it truly deserves. They'll knock gently. They'll wait for you to open the door. They'll bring gifts of kindness and deep, sincere love. They'll help you tend the garden. They'll celebrate every new blossom that appears on the branches of your life. Until then, enjoy the company of the gardener. He loves you best. He knows you most. He sees you in the dark. He knows the thoughts of your heart before you even speak them out loud. He created you for himself, and he will never let you go as long as you want to stay. Their departure was a divine invitation to come deeper into the secret place of the Most High and stay there. It was a call to leave the outer courts of human approval and enter the Holy of Holies, where the presence dwells. In that presence, there is fullness of joy. At his right hand, there are pleasures forevermore for those who love him. You're discovering that the greatest love of all isn't found in a human embrace, but in the embrace of God. His love is a fire that warms but doesn't consume. It's a light that guides but doesn't blind. It is life itself. That person was a candle that flickered and went out. But God is the sun that shines forever in his power. You are a reflection of that sun. You're a mirror catching the rays of his glory and sending them back into the world. The world needs your light, dear chosen one. It needs the testimony of how you found hope in the midst of pain. Your story will be a beacon for others going through the same loss, the same confusion. You'll be able to comfort them with the very same comfort you've received from the Father during this time. You'll tell them that God is a Redeemer. You'll show them how he makes all things new and beautiful in his time. You'll tell them they aren't alone. You'll tell them there's a purpose for every single tear they've ever cried. The aha moment is breaking through. Your purpose is so much bigger than that relationship ever was. You weren't put on this earth just to be a partner or a friend. You were put here to be a light to the nations. Your life has a global impact, even if you're just sitting in your room right now, reading these words. Every prayer you pray and every act of kindness you do is a ripple that goes out into the entire universe for good. God is using you in ways you can't even imagine. He's preparing you for a future that is truly magnificent. They were too small for the vision God has for your life. They would have only tried to shrink it down to fit them. You need people around you with a big vision and a big heart. People who believe anything is possible with God. You need people who will stretch you. People who will challenge you and encourage you to reach for the very best. God is bringing those people into your life right now. They'll be the wind beneath your wings as you fly. They'll hold up your arms when you're tired. They'll cheer for you as you cross the finish line. The finish line isn't a person. It's the moment you stand before the Father and hear Him say, "Well done, my child." That's the only approval that truly matters. It's the only validation that will ever satisfy your soul for eternity. Their approval was a temporary high, but God's approval, that's an eternal joy that will never fade away. So let go. Let go of the need to be understood by someone who was never meant to be your final destination. Your home is in the heart of God, and you're already there, safe, sound, and loved beyond all human measure. The door to the past is closed and locked. The key has been thrown into the depths of the sea of His forgetfulness. Don't try to pick the lock. Don't try to climb through the window. There's nothing left for you in that old house. The new house God is building for you is made of living stones. It's filled with the fragrance of heaven itself. It's a house of peace, a house of joy, a house of love that will stand against any storm that comes your way. You are the inhabitant of that house. You are the royalty of the domain that God has given specifically to you. That person was just a visitor who stayed for a while and moved on. That's exactly how it was supposed to happen. Bid them a silent farewell in your heart. Wish them well on their own journey, wherever it may lead them. You have no bitterness. You have no anger or resentment. You only have a heart filled with the grace of the Lord. Forgiveness is the final step of your healing. It's the key that opens the door to your bright, happy future. When you forgive, you release the prisoner, and you realize that the prisoner was actually you all along. Now you're free, free to run, free to dance, and free to love again with a heart that is whole and completely healed. God is smiling on you today. He's so proud of how you've handled this trial with such grace and dignity. He's preparing a table for you. He's inviting you to come and eat of the good things of the land right now. The best is yet to come. The future is so bright, you'll need spiritual sunglasses just to see it clearly. Keep walking in the light. Keep trusting in the Lord. Keep being the amazing chosen one you were created to be. If this message touched your heart, please share it with someone who might be going through a similar season of loss. God bless you, and may He keep you in His perfect peace forever.